You want to take control of the process of how people can judge you, right? Which is, you think is a little bit different. I should just be who I am.
Why are you trying so hard to please? Let things go and pay attention to detail.
First of all, define an icon of what I would consider a virtuous masculine ideal for all of us to realize and think about. We're creatures, we're animals that judge people by appearances, and we don't like to admit that. But we pick up vibes from people's appearance, their face, their body language, their presence, and we kind of judge them based on that. And once we've judged people, that's kind of who they are in our mind.
The secret to being instantly attracted to women, the law of covetousness. From the beginning, Coco Chanel made sure her clothes were seen everywhere. Observing other women wear such clothes stimulated competitive desires. You know, everyone wants what's desired, not to be left out. Every woman wanted those clothes. In truth, the boater hats she originally designed were nothing more than common objects anyone could buy in a department store. Clothes, the perfumes, were a mix of just ordinary flowers, probably just the same thing you'd find in Target or anywhere. But it was pure psychological magic that transformed them into objects that simulated intense desire. Just like Chanel, you can stimulate such desires. You need to reverse your perspective. Instead of focusing on what you want, you must train yourself to focus on others, on their repressed desires.
Where you tell the woman something negative about them. Well, that creates a kind of a wound in them that gives you now room to, like, now your next step is sort of kind and interested in them, but they're feeling like they want to kind of satisfy what you were criticizing. So creating a wound, creating a need for you is what a classic seducer will do. So you're pinpointing a vulnerability that they have, something that's missing in their life, and you're going to be the one that provides it. So if you actually create the need in them by something you say, and then you're the one to satisfy it.
You must create a wound in your victim, aiming at the soft spot, the chink of their self-esteem. If they're stuck in a rut, make them feel it more deeply. Innocently, bring it up and talk about it. What you want is a wound, an insecurity, an anxiety that can be best be relieved by your involvement.
And if you let people continually kind of pin you down, this is who you are, Chris, this is your type, etc., it kind of limits your freedom, because their opinion of you will actually constrain what you can do, right? Your reputation kind of precedes you. And so you want to turn this around and think of your image as something that you get to play with, as something that you get to create. It's like your greatest work of art. You want to take control of the process of how people can judge you, right? Which is, you think is a little bit different. I should just be who I am. But you're never exactly being who you are. You're always in some ways crafting your words and your persona and how you present yourself depending on the people you're dealing with. It preys on a very elemental part of human psychology. It's something that I don't think people are so good at anymore. But the example I give in the book is of this woman who was a fantastic seductress in the beginning of the 19th century. I believe it's Madame Recamier. She was so angelic. She was just so pure and so chaste. She played the harp. You know what? That's the instrument that angels play, right? They would be salons where she would be playing the harp and there would be other musicians there. And she was very beautiful and the men would like going crazy about her. But then what she would do is she'd be playing the harp and then she would shoot this man a look that said something else, something a little bit sexual, something a little bit naughty. But then it was gone and she was playing the harp again. And he'd go, what the hell was that? Did I just pick up like some kind of interest in me that was physical? But then she went back, she's such so angelic, she's so unlike that, right? What is it? Well, that triggers the fantasy element, right? The person is a puzzle. And the problem today, and people are so obvious, they're so goddamn obvious. They're on the internet, they're saying, here's what I have for breakfast, here's what I love. You know, I'm just opening myself up and this is who I am. right? But seduction involves a little bit of mystery, a little bit of fantasy. It's not like everyday life. It's not like things on Instagram. It's something different. It's theater. That's what's exciting about it, okay? So if you're a male seducer, he will be someone who seems very trustworthy, very honest, very solid. He got an MBA, he's working for Goldman Sachs. But then he reveals something a little bit rock and roll, a little bit rebellious, a little bit like he takes something else about him that doesn't quite click. Wow, I didn't know who this guy is. Maybe he's more interesting than I thought. Maybe he's not so buttoned up and so controlled as I thought. There's another aspect to him. The element of surprise that you don't know who someone is what fascinates us about a movie. When you create a character and suddenly on screen they reveal a trait that seems out of character, wow, that's exciting. That's what makes you, that's how movies work, right? It's the same thing in real life. You create a sense of, you don't know who I am, but it has to be subtle. It's not like you're not Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You're not half evil and half button-down banker. You're 95% banker and you're 2 or 3 or 4% of this other thing. It's a little peak of something else that intrigues, that creates a fantasy element. Or the other thing is analyze what it is that's intriguing you, what it is that's making you think about the person. So from the woman's point of view, the ability to stand back and analyze the situation instead of getting immediately rushing in emotionally.
The objects need to excite them. They need to create an emotion in them. They want the imaginations to be stimulated and to be taken beyond looking at what they desire on a day-to-day, be it in how you dress, you speak, in the women that you surround yourself with. You can cultivate an air of mystery surrounding yourself with the opposite sex, speaking fluently.
And I'm simply telling you here to take greater control over that, to make it more conscious, to think of yourself as a kind of actor in this world, right? And your acting is, you're not just doing anything, you're not just being yourself, but you're learning to play a role, and you're learning to sometimes change your image, right? And some of the most powerful people in this world, like a David Bowie, for instance, or a Pablo Picasso, they were constantly changing their image every 5 or 6 years. It didn't make them seem crazy. It made them seem incredibly powerful. You wanted to see, what is the next incarnation of David Bowie? Who's he going to be now in the 80s, etc.? It's very powerful, right? And in the case of Georges Sand, she was a woman at a time where women novelists were not very successful. And she decided that she was going to create this image of a woman who dressed like a man, who almost had the appearance and spirit of a man, and she took a man's name, George, and that became her image, and it was incredibly successful, incredibly powerful. It added to her aura as a successful novelist.
We are more in a hurry to get things done. We don't take time to admire, fantasize, desire, create an aura of passion. But as children, we are less rational. We are more easily deceived. A child is also more attuned to the pleasures and their senses. So when your targets are with you, you must never give them the feeling of normal, the feeling of rush, the hurry, the calculation, the logic. But you must give them the feeling of a child. Slow things down. When you're on a date, slow things down. Speak slower. Think slower. Stop being so rational about things. Be playful. Look into the details.
So to be truly powerful, you don't have to go out there and grab things. You don't have to go prove yourself. All of it will come to you. People will come to you. Women will come to you. Job offers will come to you. Money will come to you if you have this kind of inner strength, this kind of inner power that I think is the ideal for young men today in the world. It's very confusing right now because everything is so fluid, and we're all supposed to think that there's no such thing as masculinity anymore, that it's toxic. But real masculinity, that real kind of strength that I'm talking about, is not toxic at all. It is not out there to hurt people. It's not out there to dominate, to be aggressive, to push people around. It's all about an inner strength, an inner confidence that you radiate outward.